Hello, I am Umbrenero and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is Reorganizing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Common Spells. So, it's safe to say we are finally in the home stretch, for the most part. First up, we have our common spells for this part. And I will say, there are quite a few of them, which is why they got their own video and were separated from all of the other spells, because just how many there were, it would have been a lot. But we're getting right on into it and putting these in order. Of course, distractions do happen every once in a while, so you can only get done what you can get done. And actually, that card there started to split, because it is one of the oldest cards I have. So, getting it into the sleeve was very high priority, I would say. But there are some of these cards in this section and the final two parts that are cards that I use as go-tos for when I do build decks, just because of what they do. Like, I know I will show off, I don't know if it's in this video or the next video, I'll show off one of my favorite spell cards that I used quite a bit with a certain deck I have ran, and it made things pure chaos and very much upset other people when I pulled out some of my combos. But I kept going, putting things in the sleeves, because I just need to get through all of this and get it done. And as you can see, I have a lot of dark holes. They do come in handy in some decks, but you never know where you might find cards, especially if you get certain boosters and all of that. But I just wanted to make sure everything got organized and put in here in a good way. I will mention, because I didn't mention this earlier in this video, I did not sort these by rarity. When I was sorting these out, putting them in alphabetical order, I was just focusing on getting it in alphabetical order. I did not care if the oh so sparkly card was first before the plain old cards. I just got them in alphabetical order and said this is good enough for me, because this is a lot of cards in total. Also, it is kind of neat seeing two of the same card next to each other that are holographic, and they look completely different because of the way the light's hitting them. That is kind of neat. But, oh yeah. Final Destiny, one of my favorite cards. But, as I was saying, I didn't go through and put them in that order, because if I would have, some of these cards would have taken me extra few minutes to put them in the right order. And when I was putting these in order, I wasn't feeling good, so it's like, let's just get this done and get it over with. Which I am fine with, because that just happens. It really does. And here is a very common card. Heavy Storm. It's another one that is very useful in a lot of situations. Just going through all of these cards, the last, 7 videos, and then this and the next 2, it has really opened up my eyes to wanting to do more card gaming because I miss it. Like, it's a lot of fun and it's relaxing. Like, in a way, working with my cards has become a form of self-care, which is something I am big about this year. And just going through and doing this, it's like, all right, this actually is helping me relax. It's making me take my mind off of things going on in the world and stuff like that. And I've just needed it. But here, we're starting to get a little closer to the end of the common spell cards. And I will openly say, this is not the last binder for this project. There is a 4th binder, but it is not a 4-inch one because I did not need to go that big for the final one. But you'll see that in part 10 of the series, where we wrap everything up. But just going through all of these, I realized there were a good number. And I probably could have pushed the series to being an 11-part, but I decided against it because there is an area within the traps and spells that I could have easily made its own video, but then the other part would have been 5 minutes with how I speed up my stuff and everything. So I left it all together at the end. But kept on trucking through here. So in the end, I would say there is less than 1,000 of these cards, but still, it's a good number, and it is quite a bit. Swords of Revealing Light, classic card that can be very helpful. in all, just getting these put away, getting them somewhere where they're going to be safe is what my main goal was. And I'm glad that I did get this accomplished. So, thanks for watching. And until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!